similarity of triangles, and we said two triangles are similar if I can establish the corresponding angles are the same. So let's say they are equal. So if I say this triangle A, B, and C, and this is D, K, and M, if angle A is equal to the corresponding angle, which is D, and if angle B is equal to angle K, and angle C is equal to angle M, then I can say the two triangles are similar. That's it. That means the ratio between the corresponding sides is constant or fixed. That means AB to DK is the same as BC to KM is the same as AC to DM. That's it. By inspecting the question, I can see three triangles. That I have three triangles. Let me just use the magic pen and highlight that to show you the three triangles. So the first triangle is the small one. Then the second triangle is this middle one. And the third triangle is the big one, which is this triangle. Okay? All right, let me draw these three triangles so we can have a better. So I'm going to have, here is the small, and here is, here is the large one, and here is the middle one. Let me just get rid of these. And now I'm going to make similarity between the small and the large, and the small and the medium. So I'm going to clone this and move it in here. Let me give it different colors. So I'm going to give this one a red, and this is a blue, and this is red again, and this is, say, a green, just to distinguish between. All right. So now, by looking at the question that we have, I'm going to call the height of each one. So this is the small height, HS. And this is the large height, HL. The small side is 2x, and this is, if we added 2x plus 3x plus x, that is 6x. So now, as we said, these are similar because he told me this line is parallel to this, so I can establish is parallel to this. So this angle and this angle are equal by correspondence, and this angle and this angle are equal by correspondence, and this is a common angle. So triangle, the small and the large are similar. I can use the ratio. So that means 2x to 6x is equal h small to h large, and h large, they gave it to us to be what, 18 inches. So that will be 18, and this simplifies to 2/6 equal h small over 18 implies h small is equal 6 inches. So the height of the small triangle, and remember that they want the height of the shampoo bottle, and the shampoo bottle, I can say the height of the shampoo bottle is really the height of the medium triangle, the middle one, minus the height of the small. The small already we established it is 6. Now I need to find the middle. Once again, we put the height in here, that is HM. This is HS, which we already found it to be 6. This is 2x, and this is 5x from the given information. If you look at the side length of the small triangle, it is 2x plus 3x, the middle triangle. So that similarities of triangles establish that the ratio of corresponding sides are the same. So there'll be 2x over 5x is equal 6 over HM, and that means 2 over 5 is equal 6 over HM. Cross multiply, HM is equal to 15 inches. So the height of the shampoo ball should be 15 minus 6, which will give me 9 inches, the answer. So the answer is, the answer for this, it should be 9, and you just grade it into the answer booklet. The concept that we have in this question is complementary angles. If alpha plus beta equals 90 degrees, then alpha and beta are complementary angles. Which means, that implies sine alpha is equal cosine beta, or cosine alpha is equal sine beta. If I can establish that x and y are complementary, then sine x is equal cosine y. Now the sum of the angles of a triangle is equal 180. So x plus y plus 90 is equal 180. That means x plus y is equal 90 degrees. That means x and y are complementary, which implies sine x is equal cosine y, which is in this case is equal 0.6. So the answer is cosine y is equal 0.6. We need the real value of x. That means we might have imaginary or complex. So we need to factorize this cubic function. By inspecting the equation, I can factorize by grouping. So if I were to group this together, this term and this term together, then I can write it as follows: x cubed minus 5x squared in a bracket plus 2x minus 10 in a bracket. Common factor in the first one is x squared, that'll be x minus 5, plus 2, that is x minus 5, equals 0. Common factor in this term is x minus 5 and x minus 5. So take x minus 5 as a common factor. That will leave x squared plus 2 equals 0. Using the null factor law, which states if a times b is equal 0, then either a is equal 0 or b is equal 0. That means x minus 5 is equal 0, or x squared plus 2 is equal 0. That means x is equal 5, or x really equal plus or minus I root 2, which is a complex. So the real solution, x is equal 5, and that is our answer. So the answer here, x is equal 5. this question, we need a solution for that. So since he asked for x, I can eliminate y. It is obvious it's easier for me to eliminate x and then substitute and find y, then substitute. But instead I'm going to eliminate x. To do that, I'm going to have the coefficient of y in the first equation, the additive inverse of the coefficient of y in the second one. To do that, I'm going to multiply the first equation by minus 3, multiply by minus 3, and the second equation by 4. And in this case, I should have additive inverse of coefficient of y's are additive inverse, they can cancel. So that will give me 9x minus 12y is equal minus 60, and that will give me a 24x plus a 12y is equal 60, and I add the two equations. Adding the two equations, 12y and minus 12y cancel, 60 and minus 60 cancel, so this is equal to 0. 33x is equal to 0. That means x is equal 0. So the solution for x is 0. Really, we need to read this question and translate and then figure out what they want. This is, I'm gonna just sketch, let's say this is Earth surface. And he says that the mesosphere is the atmosphere between 50 kilometers and 80 kilometers. So this is the 50 and that is the 80. So that is 50 kilometer and that is 80 kilometer. And it says the temperature at the 50 is minus 5 Celsius and at 80 is minus 80. And he wants to know for every additional 10 kilometers from Earth's surface, what's the temperature? The temperature decreases by K Celsius, and we need to know the value of K. So really, if you look at that, I'm looking to find a rate. So make two ordered pairs, so 50 comma minus 5 Celsius, and the other ordered pair 80 comma minus 80. So if I find the rate of decrease, that will be the gradient, that minus 80 minus 5, that's plus 5 over 80 minus 50, so that is minus 75 over 30 over 5, that's minus 15 over 5, that is 6 over 3, that is minus 5, 2. So really the rate is equal minus 2.5 degrees, which means that for every kilometer, for 1 kilometer, the temperature decreases by 2.5 degrees. 10 kilometers, it decreases how much? Direct variation, that'll be 10 times 2.5, which is equal 25 degrees. So it decreases by 25. And remember that if I were to calculate that, if I put the gradient, that'll be minus 25. Minus 25 meaning decreasing, but keep in mind, as I mentioned before, grid in section does not have negative, so it is, so the correct answer is 25 degrees.